All right, everyone, can we okay? Yep.
Test,
okay.
test, 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 test.
All right, we're doing this. Oh. All right, y'all, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. I'm so glad that you're here. I need candle-lighters. Roy, can I put you in the spot? With the candles. Before we do that, you wanted to sing
I have this really
a couple of things you wanted to do.
No, that's all right. I can start with this.
Okay.
This is a really pretty song written by Debbie Friedman, and it's like sort of a preamble to lighting the candles. Oh, hear my prayer I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Oh, thank you. All right. I'll invite Roy up here to light our Shabbat candles. Yeah, we're at 120 if you want to follow along.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Roy. We now move to Hine Ma Tov on page 128.
Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
We now turn to the Lechado D on page 138. And we're going to be restarting paragraphs.
Wait, I gotta make sure it's the right ones. Wait.
Oh, sorry, I didn't say anything.
Okay, we're gonna do 1 and which one are we doing? No, I know.
Just one.
1, 3, and 9.
And when we get to 9, we're going to stand up and we're going to look towards the entrance to greet the Shabbat bride. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. All right. Great.
Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala penei penei Shabbat nikabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmi anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad לשם גול תפארת ולתהילה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Oh, I lied. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך אפיך רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלייכם לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise.
בואי ושלום עטרת בלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. Moving over to Shalom Aleichem on page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Move over to the Chatzikash on page 144.
יתגדל ויתגדל שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מעלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירה בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
Turn to page 146 of your prayer book. May rise for the Baruch.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
You may be seated. So that really had me guessing on when to bow. It was like bowing all over the place.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Move over to Ahavat Olam on page 150.
You're just gonna make me work tonight, aren't you?
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna make me work
Oh,
tonight.
yeah. Oh, you want me to read some English?
That's okay.
Okay.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נעשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, נגע יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Read some English, give you a little bit of a break.
Sure.
All right, we're going to read together on Bama 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works in the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We now move to the Shema on page 152.
Have you ever noticed in this prayer book, I love the way they do this, because this is what it looks like in the Torah.
With the little like...
Yeah, with the ayin and the daled.
Oh, yeah.
And you put those together and it spells aid.
Yeah, which means witness.
And
yeah.
right, and we are all witnesses.
It's funny because our Salah Torah and our Beilis Torah, they look different.
You're kidding.
The Dalet's very long in the Beilis Torah, and the Aleph has lots of like
You mean
crowns.
the ayin?
Sorry, I meant the ayin. The ayin has lots of crowns in the Salah Torah, but not many. Yeah, they actually are different. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So let us all be witnesses, as if we were standing at Sinai. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Ba'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Ba'ed.
Revi'ah Hafta on page 154.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta baham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kishartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, Uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. I love the word emet.
Truth? It means truth?
Love
Yeah.
it, love it, love it, love it. It's, the first letter is an aleph, and that's the first letter in the Torah, in the alphabet. The last letter is a tav, which is the last letter, and the mem is right in the middle.
Yeah.
So the rabbis have said that when you say the word emet, which means truth, it's as if you're saying the whole Torah.
Ooh. Isn't the golem story around the word emet too?
Yes, yeah, you know your stories. You just know your stories.
All right, let's read together the English on top of page 157. Right? Are you doing?
You're doing good, yeah.
Okay. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands and marching together. All right, over to the Micha Mocha on page 158.
Only prayer in the prayer book written by a woman. Only prayer.
Who wrote
Miriam.
Miriam wrote Micha Mocha?
Miriam. Remember, it says in the Torah, and she took the timbrel in her hand, and this is what she said.
And she said Micha, yeah,
that,
okay, yeah.
So that's what she did. So this is the only prayer in the prayer book written by a woman. Mihi kamocha bailim Adonai, Mihi kamocha nehedar bakodesh, no ratihilot, oh sefer, no ratihilot, oh sefer, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim, I'm sorry, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam, mahalechutecha rahu banecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe v'Miriam, Ze'eli, anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim bam, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam. ונאמר כי פדרנה את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Moving over to Hashkivenu on page 160.
We're basically starting with the Chatima, that last little Baruch Atah. So don't look at the top text because we're going to do the bottom text. Another Jeff Klepper camp song.
Oh, yay, fun.
Yeah. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom, ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
This is really beautiful. Moving over to the Shamru on 162. One thing after
Are you
another.
doing anything tonight?
No, this is great. I'm having an awesome time. This is me most Fridays, so I'm thrilled that you're just taking over. Yeah, my job's look handsome tonight. That's all I'm going to do.
No, preach.
Yeah, I got a sermon. I guess I'll do a little bit of that.
Thank you. I
too.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, good. So, so you know that famous Vishamru that everybody knows?
Yes,
Vishamru?
we do,
Well,
we do it every Friday.
and we're going to do it tonight. And we're going to do it tonight. However, you know, I was talking last night, like it says traditional, because nobody remembers who the composer is. I'm telling you, so you now know the composer is Moshe Rothblum.
For Shamru?
For Shamru, he's the one. There was a lot of research done because it got ridiculous because we were saying Yismachu was traditional and Vishamru was traditional. So finally, a musicologist at Transcontinental Music did some research and did some digging and found out that it was Moshe Rothblum.
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 He's the one that developed the famous Vishamru melody.
That's it. He's the guy.
Wow, that's
He's the
awesome.
guy. Now you know.
Guy's genius.
Now you know. And now we can sing it because you know who it is.
Yeah.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We now move to the Amidah on page 164 of your prayer books. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with us.
And it is the high holiday Amidah because we have all these inserts.
We got inserts today, Shabbat
Inserts.
Shuvah inserts. Yeah, so on page 166, you'll see a little, in the middle, you'll see a little thing that says Shabbat Shuvah, a little star. That's today.
That's it.
That's it.
It's in there all year
You see
long,
this-
just
yeah,
for today.
Yeah, you see this every Friday night you see this, and this is the only, today is the day.
It's it.
Yeah. Very
It's it.
exciting, very exciting. It's also one more place too, I believe. It's
Yeah,
in
Giverot, just all the Giverot,
Yes.
all the additions. Zachrenu.
168.
You get to see
Giverot.
Lamancha again.
Yeah, so anyways, enjoy.
And don't mess me up. Okay.
We're close, yeah.
Hanananananana Adonai, Hananananana Svatai Tiftach, Hananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Hananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ananananana Adonai, Anananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka ואלוהי לאה ורחל, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים
וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. למענך, למענך, 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 למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת צרם. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. Here's the insert. מי כמוך אב הרחמים, זוכר יצוריו, זוכר יצוריו, לחיים ברחמים. ונאמנת להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
We are now going to continue silently until page 180 for Osei Shalom. You may be seated whenever you like.
Oh no, we get a Shalom Rav in there too.
Oh, cool. There's Shalom Rav again. Oh, so what was that page on? 140.
How did that happen? That's wrong.
178. We'll be
Thank
together
you.
for Shalom Rav. Any bomb?
Because there's a stranger here, stranger danger. Stranger danger. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam, ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom, ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom, v'tov beinecha, Livarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. בספר חיים ברכה ושלום, ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה. ברכה ושלום, ניזכר וניכתב לפניך. אנחנו וכל עמך בית ישראל, לחיים טובים ולשלום. ברוך אתה אדוני, עושה השלום.
Let's read together the bottom page 178 in the English with the Shabbat Shuvah insert. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every reason, moment, and hear your peace. In the book of life, blessing, peace, and prosperity, may we be remembered and inscribed by you, we and all your people Israel, for a good life and for peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who makes peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Oseh HaShalom. Now moving over to Oseh Shalom on 180.
Thinking which one I want to do.
You got a lot of choices.
I know. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav. Uya, it's a camp one. Uya se Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Uya se Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, amen.
All right. Well,
Now it's your turn.
now it's my turn, yeah. So for Shabbat Shuvah, what I like to do is I like to find a sermon that I really like that I gave the past year and offer it again. I call it Rabbi Abram's second pass. So here I am. So I just want to know that when I say in this week's Torah portion, I'm not actually talking about this week's Torah portion. Just FYI. Okay, here we go. One of my favorite themes in the Torah is how the Israelites identify themselves. I often think of everything after the Exodus story as the Israelites identifying themselves as a civilization. Since they were stripped of their own identity and theology during their time in Egypt, this means they have a lot of growing to do. The book of Leviticus, which is our weekly portion comes from, which is not our weekly portion, by the way, is often described as a priestly handbook, a manual for priestly rituals. But I don't believe this description does the book justice. It's important to wonder why these priests need a manual in the first place. And one answer is that these priests believe that these rituals are the only thing keeping this budding civilization together. Much like Egypt, this new nomadic civilization is arranging their hierarchy, their laws, and their worldview through the lens of the divine. But this one God is very different than the Egyptian pantheon. So different, in fact, that the Israelites must draw boundaries between themselves and the Egyptians. And the maker of these boundaries are the priests. To the priest, nothing is better than for making boundaries in a properly performed ritual. And while the casual observer may be bored by Leviticus' constant babbling on appropriate ritual practices, what the casual observer may not appreciate is the monumental change occurring for the Israelites as they learn how to observe these new rituals. As the Women's Torah Commentary puts it, the key to understanding the often arcane priestly rituals is the notion of boundaries. The priests are invested in maintaining distinctions, divine and human, Israel and other, priests and people of Israel. Enforcing one boundary is in this tight system simultaneously upholds the others. This is a budding civilization that's staking their experience, their longevity, and their growth on ritual. And it worked in ways that the Israelites at that time would not even be able to comprehend. For example, a rabbi delivering a sermon about them in Alaska. An example of this boundary and ritual can be found in the very first verses of the book of Leviticus. And God tells Moses, "Tell your brother Aaron that he is not to come at will into the shrine behind the curtain in front of the cover that is upon the ark, lest he die. For I appear in the cloud over the cover." This is God describing a literal boundary in the Mishkan, or the tabernacle, which later becomes a temple practice. I see you have competition for me. Yeah. Essentially, not even a high priest can enter the Holy of Holies except on Yom Kippur, or they'll be killed by God's presence. Within these passages, God is literally instilling the life and death necessity of ritual boundaries. And perhaps more important than life and death nature of these rituals is that their use were in demand through a concept known as purity. If rituals presents new boundaries of a budding civilization, then purity represents the motivation to erect these boundaries. The Israelites' community was in a constant shifting state of impurity, and the only way to become pure again was to participate in these rituals. Communion with Adonai required a special state of purity, and it was the priest's job to make sure that the community maintained their upkeep of a pure state of being. I have in the past diminished this concept of purity by comparing it to childhood cooties. But in reality, I marvel at how effectively the system of purity motivated the Israelites to participate in the greatest change of their lives. And while modern Judaism, of course, looks quite different than Leviticus ritual practices, they still hit on something incredibly deep within the human condition. We need ritual. No matter how flimsy a reason to participate in a ritual, it is still helpful because it unlocks something inside of us that we need. So while these rituals are in fact new, they may not be the change that the Israelites are struggling with. Perhaps the real struggle is the change going from slavery to freedom. And this change is possibly managed through a new purity and ritual system. Perhaps the boundaries of ritual are a salve to treat the struggles of change. The Israelites are having a difficult time transitioning to a free people, and these rituals offer a form of comfort. But there's still a twist. The narrative of Leviticus occurs right after the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. However, the authorship of Leviticus occurred after the Israelites were forced to move to Babylon. So it is possible that the priests who are writing this book are writing it while living in Babylon. And if that is the case, then this gives us a renewed understanding of the boundaries of ritual and change. And as much as we mourn the loss of the first temple, Judaism was surprisingly successful during its time in Babylon. It was here that one of Judaism's greatest works was accomplished, the Babylonian Talmud. And it was here that wayward priests were offered an opportunity to write a manual, aka the Book of Leviticus. So it couldn't have been all that bad. And in this new context, Leviticus may not have been the civilization builder I originally claimed. It was most likely a boundary to prevent assimilation within the Babylonian civilization. And through the context of the Exodus and the wandering narrative of the Israelites, priests codified the ritual practices in Babylon. And this work could have quite possibly preserved Israelites' identity while in exile, a monumental feat that famously has a low success rate. After all, when the Assyrians tried it, it worked, and we lost 10 tribes. Those 10 tribes were unable to preserve their identity and became fully assimilated. So rather ironically, a narrative and manual about dealing with monumental change was written to prevent it. The book of Leviticus, while looking like a civilization builder, instead preserved it. And it may be the very reason that we are celebrating Judaism today. So Leviticus may not be as boring as you think. Thank you. That's the end of my sermon. We now move to Misha Berach, the prayer for healing, on page 371 of your prayer books. In our own community, we're thinking about these members: John Johnson, Pat Victor, Janice Breeze, Ross Rumack, Hannah Franklin, Dale Chubin, Frank Erskine, Sharon Joy McDonald, Autumn Edwards, Haley Goodstein, Bob Goodstein, Eve Hebner, Jen Carolyn, and Alex Bortnick. If there's someone who you are thinking of who is in need of healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Ve'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Ve'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We now move to the Elenu on page 580. Which one are you doing?
I'm doing the one at
586?
586 at the bottom.
Okay, 586. And when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with us.
I'm not kidding.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Turn the page. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Turn the page. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד I only sing that one because I hate singing Farmer in the Dell.
Okay.
That's the only reason why.
But we're now moving to the Mourner's Cross on page 598 of your prayer books. And in our own community, we're thinking about these yard sites this week. Stanley Altschuler, Matilda Tibby Brown, Mildred Kravitz, Ernest Kuczkowski, Mary B. Lewis, Bernie Rose, Nathaniel Ari Rose, Max Rothman, and Aaron Werner. If there's someone who you were thinking of, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zichronenu Livracha, may the memory be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'lama divrach cherote v'yamlik malchute, b'chayechon u'vyamechon u'chayed chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'lizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarak le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yipromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudusha barechu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'meran be'elma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. You may be seated.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Okay, thank you. Announcements. So we have Kol Nidre happening on Sunday night at 7 p.m. So I hope to all see you there for our Kol Nidre service. And then the next day, we'll have morning Yom Kippur services starting at 10:30, and then we'll have afternoon Yom Kippur services starting at 2:30 and going until break the fast. So that's what we have going on for high holidays. And then on September 29th, so a week from today, we'll have our Erev Sukkot program as our Shabbat evening program as well. Awesome, and the way they kind of converge that way. I love it. Yeah. So please come for Sukkot. And then finally, we'll be celebrating Simchat Torah on October 7th at 10:30 a.m., which is a Saturday. I'm pretty excited for that as well. And then a couple other things. First of all, it's my daughter Lila's birthday. She's 2 today, which is awesome. Yes. So we have cupcakes for Oneg just for her birthday. That's another announcement. And I want to also thank the Cliff family for providing for Oneg. Thank you, really appreciate that. And what other announcements am I forgetting?
Well, we definitely want to encourage you to come for Yom Kippur afternoon, because what's happening? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Right, we're going to be using printouts of the new Mishkan HaNefesh Machzor, so you get to experience what that particular Machzor is like. Because our goal is we will earn enough money through fundraising to buy the Machzor to replace the old ones that we have
For next year.
So there you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a flavor, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, please come at 2:30. Yes. Well, it's you get to cheat, right? You can enjoy a flavor without having to eat anything, I guess. I don't know. And then.
Anything else?
What else is going on? Right. So yeah, a few more things. So religious school is going to be starting October 15th. And I want to thank religious school teachers this year. And October 15th is actually the day of registration. So you don't have to pre-register or anything. You just come and bring your kids or just bring yourself. We're looking for a lot of grown-up volunteers just to help out. So that's going on. Other things going on, we have a new pilot program starting in October where every second Friday of the month, we're going to have a 6 p.m. children's service and then a 7 p.m. grown-up service on the same night. And we're going to have an Oneg, kind of in between the two. That's going to be kind of like a pre-Oneg for the 7 p.m. one, and then an actual Oneg for 6 p.m. one. So it should be actually kind of a fun party. So please come to that. Every second Friday, starting at 6. Or if you want to come here for the grown-up service, come around 6:45 or so.
Wait, we have another announcement.
Yeah, I know. I'm always getting something. Yes. What else am I forgetting?
It's directly related to that. The young professionals group is sponsoring that
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. The October one. Ooh, maybe we can get them sponsored every second. Oh, yes. Thank you, young professionals, for watching online. Torah Uncensored Season 4 begins next month. Run by, it's going to be every second Saturday of the month at 12:30, run by Rabbi Obloff. And it's going to be about anti-Semitism. I really encourage you to join this one. Anti-Semitism is on the rise right now. So anything we can do to learn more about it or think about it is good. And then, we have weekly prayer opportunities. Every Wednesday at 8:30, we're praying over Zoom. And then every Thursday at 8:30, we're praying right here. And then we go get pancakes afterwards at Kava Pancakes. So that's pretty fun. And then, I think that's all the answers I got. Am I forgetting anything? I imagine I am. But so is everyone else. No one's asked. So great, we're good. Okay.
So we're going to take a trip to the Isle of Djerba.
Right.
Which we learned last night is off the Tunisian coast. And this is an Adon Olam that comes right from the Isle of Djerba. The words for Adon Olam are on page 2, are on 625 in your prayer book. 625, and let's go to Djerba. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'ed nasa v'chefzo kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hove vehu yeh betifara vehu echad v'yein sheni lehamshilo Ram, Vehu Eli, Vechai Goali, Vetzur Chavli, B'Eitzara, Vehu Nisi Umanos Li, Menat Kosi, Beyom Ekra. Beyado Akidruchi, Be'eti Shan, Ve'aira, Ve'imruchi Geviati, Adonai li, Ve'lo ira.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please join us in the multi-purpose room for Oneg. Well, we did that one. Mostly you did that one.